object, basis and path and the fruit that we always talks about when one teaches about the different levels of the path in order to achieve the ultimate goals such as liberation and enlightenment. We did talk about these three basic steps or path, and from the point of view of these four different tenets. So we have finished talking about it. So I think it is important for you to understand something in general, such in terms of the paths, different levels of the path, how much different levels of path, and what are the object of abandonment of these different paths, from the point of view of these different tenets, and also the object, what is the main object of abandonment, and how one achieves the ultimate goal. These are something you have to understand something this in general at least first. Having understood the basic basic points of these different paths described by these different tenets, paths and methods to eliminate the afflictions and obstruction, omissions, and antidotes and object of abandonment, so described by these different tenets. And basic understanding, at least in something in general. And then, of course, the most important thing is that you must, in order to achieve liberation, of course, you must develop the understanding of person's emptiness of substantial existence, in the sense of being self-sufficient. You must develop that kind of understanding. This is very important. Otherwise, one can never achieve liberation from samsara.
Tadi gala kansaraju be zeyu tongan singade kechimbri.
Zeyu tongmadang. So
tongan de la khwacha shira kechimbri.
Khwacha. Also, it is important to understand eliminate. It is important to eliminate the conception of. It's important to eliminate the self-sufficient existence, independent self, and then develop the understanding that the person's emptiness of substantial existence, in the sense of being self-sufficient.
Tadi penangara to uma thanju ye lu tawa ga janghe ji ne ya. Ta tawa ga na tawa thadu de uma thanju tawa de ba.
So ultimate view of Buddhist tenets, Prasangika view is considered the most highest and ultimate view of Buddhist teaching.
So uma thanju ye tawa thadu ji lo lobin cheba ye ne ya nye bar do taje rama je ge da ga tonga ta raja tube je jo tonga lobin cheba de ke chi ju cha.
So even though you want to follow the Prasangika view and study and understand the Prasangika philosophical view, but first you must understand person's lack of independent, lack of permanent, self as lack of permanent, and also unitary partners, and then independent, and also person's emptiness of being self-sufficient, existent in the sense of being self-sufficient. You must understand these two types of understanding. These two things you must understand.
Masache. Di gana yang jo sem sem be tawa ta omar di be tawa di to lo gun shu chim bu chebe yina. Tanju ge tawa to ya shi ta ta ni bu cha.
And having understood these 2 points, like I said earlier, and plus if you understand a little bit more about the mind-only school, the point of the philosophical view of mind-only school, as well as the philosophical view of 2 types of autonomous school, then it will help understand the philosophical view of the Prasanjika school.
가르에서 탄주에 따와도 가서 라면을 줘봐도 시에서나 가자지. 탄주에 따와 로초도 라면을 줘봐도 도와. 라면을 줘봐도 탄주에 따와 로초도 도와. 그래서 라면을 줘다디 오마랑 줘봐도 샘삼 박스에 오시고 저 그런 재전진이 시에 그래서 라면을 줘봐도 여반이 내지고 진 시에.
So according to the Prasanjika school, what is the object of elimination, object of negation? According to Prasanjika school, things as truly existence. The things events are truly existence. Conception of object as being truly existence. Conception of object as being truly existent is the object of negation, according to the Prasanjika school. And but these are explained. Conception of object as being truly existent is explained in more depth or more detail by the lower school, such as autonomous, two types of autonomous school as well as mind-only school, because they, according to this school, lower school, objects are inherently existent. They are independently existent, right? So that's why by learning these things, you will have the understanding of this, the way in which it exists, and then you will have understanding that how it needs to be eliminated.
ranjube tawata ane semzebe tawata ya o jo lokun cheba yena tanjuwe ki gajati sebu shibu shigunjin chedo yare tanjuwe gaja munjin chede le lo shibu chedo
ranjube sanzamba
na tawata bu sheba yena
if you have developed the understanding of the philosophical way of mind-only school as well as two types of autonomous school, and then it will help you to be able to recognize the object of negation that is being negated by the Prasanjika school.
가장 먼저 지금 세부 차와 대성기 가야 될 확실하게.
Because more you are able to recognize the object of negation that is being negated, and then it is more easy to eliminate that kind of object of negation. So in order to understand the emptiness, you have to first recognize the object of negation, and then you will without understanding the object of negation, there is no way you can eliminate it, right?
제가 주다 오마가 되대야게 가장 먼저 가자디 콘주가 되대야데 세부 시부지 신원도 tanju가 가야가 가자디 세부 시부지 하고.
That's why the more you are able to develop the understanding of the philosophical view of this lower school, such as except the two autonomous and mind-only, and then it will help understand or be able to recognize the object of negation being negated by the higher school, Prasanjika school.
아니 오마 tanju에 르바치를 때네. 아니 너제 땅데 그저 집에 랑은이 우수 시부 잡대야 되다. 뭐네 민도 상상식에 세부 시부 못 줘도야.
Once you are studying, once you start studying the philosophical view of the Prasanjika school, and then you will start realizing that the philosophical view propounded by the lower school, such as mind-only school as well as two types of autonomous school, they are not valid. They are not something that can be accepted by logic. So it is easy for you to be able to eliminate those understanding misconceptions.
제 tanju에 랑은이 요마르지 요마르니 요마르 뭐지 라바시 공과 제베 이네야. 가자 세부 매바 얘는 까야 돼 깔을 하고 싶어 차타래.
Otherwise, even though when you study the Prasanjika Madhyamika school, they talk about, of course, things, events are not inherently existent. They are not independently existent. They are they do not exist by its own nature, from its own side. But but even though you read these things and study these things, but as long as you are not able to recognize, identify the object of negation that is being negated, and by the school, and you will never be able to develop correct understanding of the emptiness.
아니 오메 tanju가 마치 대바 매바레스 제셰 뭐 가서 되면 아주 섬료나로도 직가가시베 얘네 야나 다다롱도 그래 야나 쳐다롱도 그래 딱딱 까두고 말했어. 지금 가정 문제도 세부체 막두고 얘나 아니 바까가 두고 얘네야 직가가 오메 리바 tanju 리바 가서 이제 마땅가 두고 얘나 다다롱도 그래 야나 쳐다롱도 그랬어. 가서 딱딱 케이크 말했어.
As long as you are not able to, develop, as long as you are not able to identify the object of negation that is being negated, and then you will not be able to eliminate the object of negations. Once you are not able to eliminate the object of negation, there is no way that you can develop the opposite mental factor, wisdom that by which you can see or understand that objects are empty of inherent existence, or empty of independent existence. You will not have that kind of understanding. And also, there is also a possibility that you can fall into two types of extreme of eternalism, or extreme of nihilism as well. If you are not able to identify the object of negation, and keep even though keep studying, reasoning, that kind of supports the things as empty of inherent existence. But as long as you are not able to identify the object of negation, this will not work.
다 가르치는 최단 홍도도 다 최단지 메두스라 그래. 최단지 메두스랑 챙겨야 최단.
Once you fall into the extreme of nihilism, then you would start thinking that there is nothing at all out there. There's nothing at all.
탐제다가 추시는 시리시 로시 소시리시.
Everything is just illusion. They are just mistaken or illusion.
제마에 메두스.
And you would start thinking that there is no valid cognition.
최단지 매바다로 그래.
And then you would start thinking that there is nothing at all. There is non-existence.
따따로 놓고는 야 데버두두라 그래.
But on the other hand, if you fall into the extreme of eternalism, and then you would start thinking. You would start thinking that things and events are being truly existence, being independent existence. And this.
다 뭐마데 랑은의 매 여봐 예 랑은의 매.
That's what 랑은의 매.
뭐 랑은의 매나야 타니도 여봐.
The fact, the reality of the phenomena, according to the Pasenjika school, is that things and events are not inherent existence. They are not independent existence, but they do exist. They are not inherent existence or independent existence, but they do exist conventionally. They do exist conventionally. How do they exist? Conventionally, they do exist conventionally, being conceptually labeled. Not they are not non-existence. They are existence. But their existence is not as such that they from its own side, from independent. If you say that all the things are non-existent, then you fall into the extreme of nihilism. Now, if you say no, things do exist, but their existence is such that they exist inherently. Their existence is inherently or independently. Then you fall into the extreme of eternalism, according to Pasenjika school. That's why Pasenjika school said that things and events do not exist independently or from its own side, but they do exist. But even though they do exist, but they do not exist from their own side, from their own characteristic. Then the question arises: how do they exist? Their existence is merely by conceptually labeled. That's why they talk about too many logical cognitions.
가정 문제도 세고 야고 저 유튜브에는 까야 되려고 이거다. 까도 딱딱 내키버지 까도도 가.
가지 바꿔도
가지 바꿔도 내키버지 까도도 가.
More you are able to recognize or identify the object of negation that is being negated, and then of course you will be able to eliminate that kind of object of negation. And as a result, you will be able to develop the opposite mental factor that eliminates the object of negations. And then you will be in the position of the middle point, not in the,
Yeah.
not in the not falling in the two types of extreme.
옹마 다다 조토도 논이 다다 조토.
Once you are able to stand in the middle, then you will be able to possess the emptiness.